Good morning, Scapers. Bro Brandon here. We are covering today's patch notes. Not a whole lot is going on in the patch notes other than the Pharaoh's Volley quest that just came out today, which is going to be the next step in the desert quest line. However, we definitely have a bunch of events happening in this week on the in-game calendar that aren't necessarily highlighted in the patch notes. So let's get into those and then we'll go dig into the patch notes. Now, before we get into the highlights of this week's events in Runescape, I wanted to highlight a lot of the events that I am putting on personally. My clan, the BBG community, I'll have it up on screen now, is hosting a lot of boss masses or learner sessions for Angel of Death, as well as many other bosses, but primarily Angel of Death right now. If you're interested in learning bossing and want to have an environment that is welcome and friendly, I would highly recommend that you guest in the BBG community, our clan chat for the entire Bro Brandon gaming community. Or join our Discord, link is on screen and in the description down below. We primarily do large team bossing, but we split all of the loot. So it's a really fun way to be able to hang out, learn a new boss, and you can still get paid even if you make a mistake and you end up hanging out at Death's office during the kill. I would also love to know what bosses everyone wants to learn. So if you can drop a comment down below what boss you want to learn, it will help us focus events for those bosses. I appreciate it. Let's get into this week's events. So starting today is the Pharaoh's Volley quest launch. It is the next step in the desert quest. We also have Diango's Mounts, which is the April Fool's event. Today is going to be the last day to get your rewards, so make sure to head to the Lumbridge Crater and talk to Diango. It does not take long. It's probably about 20 minutes to get all of the rewards from that event, and today is the last day to get those rewards. That is also true for Shifting Sands. Shifting Sands ends today, so if you have any of the sand currency in your currency pouch or sitting in your bank, today is the last day to turn in the sand. Any remaining sand will be converted into 10 coins. So that's basically nothing. You can turn extra sand into lamps and other rewards, which is far better than 10 coins. So definitely make sure to check your currency pouch, check your bank, and convert that into the rewards because 10 coins is basically nothing. Today is the last day for the Ultimate Showdown Treasure Hunter promo. So if you're trying to push for any of those Treasure Hunter promos, today is the last day for the Ultimate Showdown Treasure Hunter promo. So if you're trying to get those fire wings or a specific cosmetic, today is going to be the last day to be able to collect the sigils from this treasure hunter promo. I do believe you can redeem them after the event. However, today will be the last day to continue collecting sigils. Moving down Monday, we have a skill and chill at 0200 at World 116, and that's going to be with the Aranwin clan. Now, moving into the events for the rest of Monday. Monday, we are kicking it off with a skill and chill at 0200 in Fort Farinthry, World 116. We're then going into another skill and chill, which is going to be with the Little Tuzzies clan on World 85 in Fort Farinthry. And then we are wrapping up Monday with a Corporal Beast boss mass, and that's going to be hosted by Patrick K, Clackworthy, and J3F. I'm guessing that's for Jeff. World 123, 1900 game time. You can click the button to just join the friend chat. These are a great way to get an introduction to the boss, or if you're looking to get a bunch of kills just to have a better chance at getting the pet, I'd highly recommend visiting the boss masses. Moving into Tuesday, it looks like Academy of Mages is coming back for Tuesday and Wednesday. Tuesday is kicking off with Penguin Hide and Seek at 0700 on World 60. That's going to be in the Achievement Help or A Help Friends chat. Tuesday also has a Twin Furies boss mass. That's going to be World 35 with Mercy at 1600 game time. There's going to be a Castle Wars event that's going to be also co-hosted with Achievement Help, and that's going to be at 1700 game time at World 119. And one thing to call out is Castle Wars, the reason that's on this list is this week it is the highlighted event for the week, which means that you also get Thaler in addition to the tickets from Castle Wars. So if you're pushing passion for a specific Thaler cosmetic or something like that, hanging out with one of these events would be a great thing to tune into. And last thing on Tuesday is going to be Next First Kills with the RuneScape Legionary team. That's going to be the RS Discord, World 76 at 1900 game time. This is going to be highlighting first kills. So if you have not done a lot of Nex, specifically regular Nex, definitely tune in. They're going to be going over how to improve your kills, how to understand what the mechanics are, likely how to solo this. Soloing may be something newer to you, so this is definitely an event that you can tune into. Rolling into Wednesday, we do have an official RuneScape stream. It's going to be the Rune Skill and Chat Pharaoh's Volley. So they're going to be talking about the latest quest, potentially even walking through and completing the quest on stream. A lot of times they'll do that. That's going to be at 1600 game time on Wednesday. In the in-game calendar, it has a link directly to Twitch. So you'll see a message when this pops up in-game. In the global chat, there'll be a link as well. But these are really fun to tune into. I'm guessing Madhuli, Zura, and Shrike are going to be talking about the new quest. After that, at 2100 game time, World 25, there's going to be a Castle Wars with rules. They don't specify what the rules are. I wish they would throw that in there a little bit, but there could be a lot of rules. So definitely tune in to the Friends Chat PvP platform or PV platform, and they're going to go over the rules, but I'm guessing PvP. There's probably going to be some player killing. So that could be a lot of fun if you want the authentic experience of Castle Wars where you're trying to play Capture the Flag. These are super fun to turn into. After that, we have a Gregorovic Boss Mass. This is going to be with Helpscape at 1200 game time on World 35. We're then going into a Croesus Learner event. If you have not done the Skilling Boss Croesus, World 76 at 1800 game time with Red Wigan and the Achievement Help Discord. After that, we are doing a Penguin Tour on World 60 at 2000 game time. And then to end the day, there is a skill and sketch at the Deep Sea Fishing Hub. I've never done this event, so I don't understand what this all includes. However, it is with KemKem and the Achievement Help Discord. KemKem is super helpful, so I don't know what the sketch is. That'd be really cool if in the Discord they're doing like a drawing stream while they're just AFKing. That'd be super cool. But I'm definitely going to tune into this because it could be a really fun creative outlet. Moving into Thursday, we have a Skill and Chill at 1900 game time, World 116. We then have an Osseous Mass, which is going to be World 35 at 1700 game time. And then Friday is stacked. So we have the RuneScape Boss of the Week is hosting another Next First Kills, World 76 at 2200 game time, followed up by a Next Angel of Death Boss Mass, which is going to be at 0100 on World 66. And then the weekly Wisdom Exchange is going to be on World 3 at 1600 game time. This is going to be with the RuneScape Discord mentors. This is primarily just a time to get together and ask super experienced people any question you have about the game. They're literally just setting up a space to be able to open the door and ask questions without getting flamed or any toxicity. So this is a super good event if you have some questions that you're looking to get answered. Next is the Mega Duck event. This is a really fun event. World 39 at 1800 game time. They complete a little kind of mini game that allows you to get a chance at a pet. It's technically a boss pet, but it's a bunch of little ducklings that follow behind you. So this can be a really fun event. And then there is another Next Angel of Death Boss Mass on Friday at 2000 game time on World 88. And then to end the day is going to be a Krill Hard Mode Learner event on World 76 at 2130 game time. And that's going to be with the Achievement Help Discord. Moving into the weekend, we have Group Achievements Completion. That's going to be on World 76 at 1800 game time. And then we have Next First Kills, another hosted event by the RuneScape Legionary team. That's going to be at 1815 game time on World 76. Dungeoneering 15-year anniversary. That's going to be April 12th at 1900 game time on World 7. And then there's another Next Angel of Death Boss Mass. That is going to be at 2000 game time, World 88. And to end Saturday, we have a Hide and Seek in Birthrope. At least it's starting in Birthrope at 2100 game time on World 45. Rolling into the end of the weekend, we have a Next Boss Mass at 2000 game time, World 88. A Soul Wars event. that's going to be on 2100 game time on World 45. That does have rules, so make sure to tune into the friends chat just to make sure you don't upset anyone or get removed from the event, but I guarantee they're going to be broadcasting the rules as you're going through. There is another Penguin Hide and Seek that's going to be also on World 60 at 1915 game time. If you did attend the Penguin Hide and Seek event prior, you can also join this one, as it is technically across weeks for the Runescape achievement calendar. Second to last, we have a Twin Furies boss mass at 1800 game time on World 88, and then to end the day there is a next Angel of Death boss mass on World 46 at 1900 game time. Now let's shift over to the RuneScape website and we will dig into the very short patch notes for this week. So the patch notes for this week are going to be Return to the Desert Pharaoh's Volley. All right, Pharaoh's Volley quest launched this week in RuneScape. Menefos is in peril. Team up with Leela and Ozan and challenge Osman in a Pharaoh's Volley, the latest return to the desert quest. The golden city of Menefos is crumbling from within in the wake of Beneath Scarabus Sands. You've uncovered Osman's staged attack and calculated move to tighten his grip on power. With the city divided and a Masket's influence looming, it's time to expose Osman's treachery alongside Leela. You must confront him and decide Menefos' fate. Meet up with Leela just outside the gates of Menefos to dive into the penultimate quest in the Desert series, setting the stage for the finale later this year as we prepare to face off against a Masket, the goddess of destruction. Definitely tune into the dev diary, they dig into it a lot more, or if you are a lore fan, don't look at anything, head into the game. Shifting down into the patch notes, it is a very light week this week. General, the horsing around title has been updated to display under Show All in the customizations UI. The Magic Golem outfit teleport will no longer teleport the player out of the game boundaries when teleporting to the Crash Star minigame within Ashdale. That one was hilarious. When the shooting stars got updated, the Ashdale teleport would actually teleport you outside of a playable space, and you had to then teleport back to War's Retreat or Perfindus and then teleport back to Ashdale and run over. It's a little late fix on that one, but I'm glad they got it fixed. Fixed the opening 10 seconds of the Fallen Hero music track. Hot fixed, resolved an issue that blocked the player from completing the accidental fletching and firemaking minigame. Fixed an issue where NPCs could appear incorrectly, and then fixed an issue that could cause the client to crash and prevent players from logging back in. Treasure Hunter, nothing new. It is all the same, starting April 8th, ending April 9th, Academy of Mages, and then starting April 10th to April 14th, Tarot's Trove. Nothing crazy. Looks like you can get some Death Touch darts, Smoldering Lamps, nothing crazy. Wouldn't put a whole lot of effort into the Treasure Hunter. There's a lot of talk about it getting phased out, so I'm pretty excited. Latest updates from the community showcase. I always love the art. This is insane. So fantastic art of the RS character Akma by Art Willy. I don't know how to say their name, I'm sorry, but that is amazing. They're highlighting a blood-dyed Bow of the Lost Guardian, the Essence of Finality. I believe that's the Zamorak Halo from Castle Wars. That's awesome. Nye Channel putting the Runefest journal to good use as a sketch pad. I love this. It was really cool at Runefest. They gave us these journals, and to see someone deck it out like this is absolutely amazing. RuneTube, this is a big one. The $100 million GP finale. If you have not seen the previous videos to this one, I definitely would watch all the others. Iron Araxor has concluded his showdown and is also looking for ideas for potentially a season 2 to the RuneScape Showdown. So if you enjoyed the RuneScape Showdown, definitely tune in and give your feedback and ideas for potentially a season 2, which I'm really hoping comes through. Protox released a video about how you can use the new time runes to get insane archaeology XP. The title's a little bit of clickbait. You cannot consistently maintain 50 million XP an hour. He doesn't say it's 50 million XP an hour, but multiple times a week you can get a huge XP drop. And technically, if you were to add that all up across 1 hour, it would equal 50 million XP, but it is a fantastic way to power level archaeology if you're trying to fly through it with low effort. And then Scaper screenshots. Denker the Faltiarn surveys the aftermath of his battle with Vorkath. And then Boss Geralt fancies himself as a spirit hunting samurai and showed the god of chaos a thing or two. That's awesome. And we've gone through the calendar, so nothing new here. We'll end on highlighting the RuneScape team that made this all possible. So thank you, RuneScape team. We appreciate everything you do week to week. But this is going to conclude this week's patch notes and events in RuneScape. Have a good one.